right in the heart of soul.
Get organized with technology. So this is going to be in court. You got to have your stuff together. So have all of your proof in chronological order, order by date, and put it all on a USB, chronological order, whether that be um, paperwork, text messages, videos, social media posts. Like use technology is your friend now. You know, you can use your call log. Like if you call and they're not, you can never talk to your kid. You use that. You can screenshot your own call log of them and just like, okay, see, I called, no answer, no answer, no answer. Um, I went to pick the kid up, and nobody's home. We text and we made a agreement, and I went there. Keep the camera rolling. Is an argument. Then they call the police. You got to film that too. See, you got to get organized, and you by using technology. This is something that people didn't have back in the day, because a lot of what happens in these court cases is it's just one person's word against another. Now you don't have to do that. You know now, and I think they got smarter with this, but people used to record your conversations, and they edit out what went on in the conversation. So that part's get tricky because some of these people don't realize a person might have cussed you out in a conversation and you cussed them right back out, and they recorded the whole conversations and edited out them cussing you out, so now you look crazy. So you have to document all of this stuff, and you have to record conversations. And some people will say it's illegal to record conversations, and in some states it is. But here's the rub and the problem with that, because depending on the age of the kid. So if the kid doesn't have their own phone, because you're calling to talk to a kid that doesn't have a phone, they can record you. You get what I'm saying? So they'll say, "Well, I wasn't recording them. I wasn't recording them with our conversation. They were going to talk to the kid and blah blah blah." So if you get on the phone and somebody yanks the phone and starts talking crazy, so you understand that's part of the process. Now the other thing, and this is a financial thing, you have to have all this stuff in order, because if you get a lawyer, you don't want to be overcharged. You give them all the proof they need so they don't have to keep going back to you day in, day out. There's 60 minutes in an hour. Every minute, let's just say if the lawyer charges $300 an hour, so you break that down in 6-minute intervals. You get what I'm saying? So every 6 minutes is gonna cost you $30. So you better have your stuff in order. So that way you don't have to talk as much, because the more you talk, your lawyer isn't your therapist. I have to add all of this to this conversation, because if you start talking and talking, they're billing you. And understand this process of the billing. Sometimes you might give them something, some proof, some evidence, and they might take and they might not have all the expertise they need, and they'll go to another lawyer in their firm and talk about it. So you're gonna get billed by your lawyer and that lawyer for talking about it. Okay? So that's one of the reasons to get organized and use technology as your friend. That way, USB, Dropbox, um, Google Drive, like whatever, however you want to send information, you send it like that. Screenshots, you put it together, send it. You see people on social media making posts. You got to go, okay, I got to do this. So get organized. Get organized on how you pay your bills. As far as if you're paying for the kids' daycare, have it there. Like, I'm doing this. If you're the one who has the who's taking care of the medical insurance or the dental, have that. Here's the card. Yada yada yada. This is all of my responsibilities. So when you go to court, it's all together. You don't need to say much until you really need to say what you need to say. There are ways you have to do this. Because if you're not organized, you're disorganized as a person. You're gonna be disorganized with your lawyer. Your lawyer gonna overcharge you. You're gonna be disorganized in court. You're gonna come off disorganized. You're gonna lose. You know, be the best you can be in that scenario, because you're paying for this. They're charging, they're charging you up the wazoo for this, and also use all that to limit even your own lawyer's bias. I made a mistake when I was younger. Like I got into a argument, and the argument got recorded. Had no idea. I pop up, it's time to go to court. It's me and them in the argument. But like I said, only thing was the piece of the argument that started the whole argument wasn't in the recording. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Oh, and the reason why I say that, get organized, say less, and all that other stuff is because this also, when you're going through that process, if you're on point, you'll know you're on point, and it's a problem because the other parent is going to stall in court. So if you got all your stuff together and it's time for them to go to court, it's time for y'all get a court date and y'all go to court, and they stalling, they're like, I can't make it. That's because you're on point. They stall again, that's because you're on point. But you got to understand something. All that stalling becomes aggravating, so you might get into it. That's honestly what happened to me. Like, I was on their neck, and it was just like looking for something. So when you're supposed to get a date in 3 months, then 9 months goes by with all the stalling. And it's like nobody's gonna say anything, but you got to use technology. I couldn't use it as well now as I could back then. The courts understand this. That's why even the courts have these apps now where everything goes through the app, because people are lying. People aren't truthful. So use all of that stuff to your advantage. Get organized, put everything in order, and show up with everything together. Now, the other part about being organized is also this, and using technology is also this. You got to be able to show a pattern. That's why you're organized. See, people, if you're a father, of course, they're going to slap mama on the wrist. So you got to be able to show a pattern for an extended period of time. See, this was 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year. It's the same pattern. Whether it's with this or with this, it's the same pattern. So then it's like, okay, I got text messages, I got video, I got paperwork, same pattern. So you can start proving it, because guys back in the day couldn't prove it. So now use your technology to your advantage. So get organized with technology. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.